the deep ocean that we've barely explored. A gentle journey into sleep. Welcome to the deep. Hello, and welcome to this quiet place, where time moves slowly, and curiosity can rest easy. Tonight, we are not staying on land. We are not even staying at the surface. We are going deeper. Much deeper. Down into the ocean, into waters that hold mysteries we have barely begun to understand. This is a journey into the deep sea, a place of darkness and wonder, a place of pressure and peace, a place where life exists in forms we are only beginning to discover. Let yourself settle now. Let your body sink gently into wherever you are resting. There is nothing to do, nothing to solve, nothing to figure out. We are simply descending, slowly, gently, into the deep. The ocean covers more than 70% of our planet. Its waters reach depths that would swallow mountains whole. And yet, we have explored so little of it. Depending on how we define exploration, some say we've explored about 20% through mapping. Others note that if we mean actually seeing with our own eyes, it's far less. Less than 0.1% of the deep sea floor has been visually observed by humans. Think about that for a moment. Let it settle softly in your mind. Most of the ocean remains unknown, unseen, untouched by human eyes. There are valleys deeper than any canyon on land, mountains taller than Everest, creatures stranger than anything in our imagination. All of it, hidden beneath the waves, waiting quietly in the dark. Tonight, we are going to visit this world. Not to solve its mysteries, but simply to be with them. To let ourselves drift down through the layers of the sea, and find peace in the quiet darkness below. Imagine now that you are standing on a shore. The sand is warm beneath your feet. Soft. Gentle. The sun is setting slowly, painting the sky in shades of pink and orange and deep, calm purple. Before you, the ocean stretches out to the horizon. Endless. Ancient. Still. The waves roll in softly, one after another, with a rhythm as old as time itself. Each wave comes forward and pulls back, forward and back, breathing with the earth. Gentle, constant, soothing. You can hear that sound. The soft rush of water on sand. You can feel the cool breeze, carrying the salt smell of the sea. Everything here is peaceful. Everything is safe. And you are ready to begin your descent. You take a step forward. The water touches your toes. It is cool. Not cold. Just pleasantly cool. You take another step. The water rises to your ankles. Your knees. Each step takes you a little deeper. A little further from shore. But you feel no fear. Only curiosity. Only peace. The water rises to your waist now. Your chest. your shoulders. And then, you let yourself float. You are weightless now. Held by the ocean. Supported completely. There is nothing you need to do. The water holds you. The water carries you. You take a slow breath. And another. And then, gently, you begin to descend. As you sink below the surface, the world above becomes distant. The sounds of the shore fade away, replaced by something else. A deep, quiet hum. The voice of the ocean itself. It is not silence down here. Not exactly. It is something softer than silence. A presence. A fullness. The water around you is warm still. Lit by the sun above. You can see light dancing through the water, patterns of brightness that shift and move like slow, gentle dreams. Below you, the ocean opens up into blue. Endless blue. And you are descending into it, slowly, peacefully, with nothing to fear and nowhere to rush. The deep ocean is calling you. And you are ready to answer. Number the sunlight zone, where light still reaches. You are drifting now, down through the first layer of the ocean. This is called the sunlight zone. The epipelagic zone. It reaches from the surface, down to about 200 meters below. Here, the sun can still reach. Its light filters through the water, creating a world of soft blue and gentle green. Everything here feels alive. Bright. Full of movement and color. But even here, even in this shallow part of the ocean, there are mysteries. Let yourself drift deeper. Let the water carry you down. Around you, small fish are swimming. Hundreds of them. Thousands perhaps. They move together, as one. A school that flows like a single creature. They shimmer in the sunlight. Silver. Blue. Flashing as they turn. You watch them move. Their motion is hypnotic. Soothing. Back and forth. Up and down. Together. Always together. There is something peaceful about their movement. Something that asks nothing of you except to watch. And so you watch. You drift. You descend. Below you, you can see shapes. Dark shapes rising from the depths. They are coral reefs. Ancient structures built by tiny creatures over thousands of years. The coral branches reach upward like trees. Like gardens growing underwater. Some are purple. Some are orange. Some are bright yellow and pink. They wave gently in the current, moving as if breathing. And living among the coral, there are more fish. So many fish. Angelfish with their flat, round bodies and bright stripes. Parrotfish in every color of the rainbow. Clownfish darting in and out of anemones. Their movements quick but not frantic. Purposeful. Everything here has its place. Everything belongs. You drift closer to the reef. Not to disturb it. just to observe, to be present with this underwater garden. A sea turtle glides past you. Slow, ancient, peaceful. Its flippers move through the water with steady, deliberate strokes. It does not hurry. It has nowhere to be except exactly where it is. You watch it swim away, growing smaller, fading into the blue distance. And you feel something shift inside you. A loosening, a softening. You are learning the rhythm of the ocean, the pace of the deep. Everything here moves slowly. Everything takes its time. A ray glides beneath you, its body flat and wide, its movements graceful. It seems to fly through the water rather than swim. Its wings, if you can call them that, ripple like silk in a breeze. You watch it pass below, casting a shadow, then disappearing into the depths. And you realize, you are still descending. The surface is above you now, further away with each passing moment. But you do not miss it. You do not need it. Down here, you are finding a different kind of peace. The light is beginning to change now. Subtly. Gradually. It is still bright, but softer than before. The blues are deeper. The greens more muted. You are getting deeper. The pressure is increasing around you. But you do not feel crushed. You feel held. The water surrounds you completely. Evenly. Gently. You are safe here. Protected. Embraced by the ocean. Schools of fish continue to pass by. Some large. Some small. A pod of dolphins swims in the distance. You can hear their clicks and whistles. They are talking to each other. Playing perhaps. Or hunting. But their sounds are not harsh. They blend into the background hum of the ocean. Everything here is part of a greater whole. Everything connected. And you are part of it too now. Just another creature drifting through the blue. You pass through a shaft of sunlight. It feels warm on your skin. Particles of plankton drift through the beam, like snow. Like stars. Tiny. Countless. Each one alive. These microscopic creatures are the foundation of everything here. They feed the small fish. The small fish feed the larger fish. And on and on. A web of life, stretching from the surface to the deepest depths. And it all begins here. In the sunlight zone. Where light still reaches. But you are ready now, to go deeper. The sunlight zone has been beautiful. Full of color and life. But the ocean holds so much more. Below you, the blue is darkening. Deepening. The light is fading, slowly, gently. And you are ready to follow it down. To discover what lives in the shadows. In the twilight. In the deep. You take one last look around. At the coral. At the fish. At the dancing light. And then, you let yourself sink down, down, into the dimming waters, into the next layer of the ocean, into the twilight zone, descending into twilight. The change is subtle at first. You barely notice it. The water around you is still blue, but a darker blue now, like the sky just after sunset, when the day has ended but night has not quite begun. This is the transition, the threshold. You are leaving the sunlight zone, and entering something else. Something quieter. Something stranger. The coral reefs are gone now, left behind above you. Here, there are no gardens, no bright colors. The ocean is more open, more vast. You are suspended in water that stretches in every direction. Above you, the faint glow of the surface, growing dimmer. Below you, darkness, deep and complete. And you, floating between them, perfectly balanced. The fish here are different, fewer in number, different in shape. They move through the water like ghosts, silent, purposeful. Their bodies are sleeker, built for the deeper waters. Some of them are silver, reflecting what little light remains. Others are dark, nearly invisible against the blue-black water. They pass by you, uninterested in your presence, intent on their own journeys. You notice something strange. A flicker of light in the distance. Not sunlight. Something else. A brief flash. Green. Then gone. Then another flash. This one blue. You watch, curious, peaceful. The lights are not coming from above. They are coming from below. From the creatures themselves. They are making their own light. Bioluminescence. Life, creating light in the darkness. A jellyfish drifts past you. Its body translucent, delicate. Its tentacles trail behind it, long and graceful. And as it moves, it glows. A soft blue light pulses through its bell. Gentle, rhythmic, like a heartbeat made visible. You watch it drift away, a lantern in the deep, fading slowly into the dark. And you realize, this is only the beginning. As you descend deeper, there will be more lights, more wonders. The ocean is showing you things few have ever seen. The pressure around you is increasing. You can feel it. Not painfully, not uncomfortable, but present. A gentle squeeze. A reminder of where you are. You are nearly 200 meters down now. Then 300. The sunlight is almost gone. Just a faint glow above. And the water is cold now. Not freezing, but cool. Like a mountain stream. It flows around you, through you, washing away any tension, any worry, any thought that is not needed here. Strange shapes move in the peripheral of your vision. You turn to look, but they are gone. This is a world of glimpses, of half-seen things. Down here, in the twilight, nothing is quite clear. Everything is suggestion, possibility. Your imagination could run wild here, could create monsters from shadows. But you do not let it. You remain calm, peaceful, because you know, there is nothing here to fear. Only life. Strange life. Beautiful life. Living in ways we barely understand. A fish swims by, and your breath catches. Not from fear, from wonder. This fish, it is unlike anything you have seen before. Its body is long and thin. Its mouth enormous, filled with teeth like needles. It should be frightening, but somehow, it is not. It is simply adapted, perfectly suited for this environment. Down here, where food is scarce, every creature has evolved to survive. This fish can swallow prey larger than itself, its jaw unhinging, its stomach expanding. A marvel of evolution, a testament to life's persistence. It swims past you without interest, and disappears into the blue-black. More lights appear, more flashes in the dark. Some are brief, pulses that last only a second. Others glow steadily, lures dangling in front of strange faces. Each light has a purpose: to attract prey, to confuse predators, to communicate. Down here, in the absence of sunlight, life has learned to make its own. And the result is beautiful. Like stars scattered through the water, a galaxy beneath the sea. You are still descending, still drifting down. The twilight zone extends from 200 meters to 1,000. You are somewhere in the middle of it now. Perhaps 500 meters deep. The surface is far above. Impossibly far. If you looked up, you would see nothing. No light. No sky. Just darkness. But you do not look up. You look down. Because that is where you are going. Deeper. Into the true dark. The temperature continues to drop. The water grows colder. But you are adjusting. Your body, your mind, adapting to this new environment. You feel the chill, but it does not bother you. It is part of the experience, part of the descent. Everything here is different from the surface, and that is exactly as it should be. A squid appears beside you, moving with jet propulsion. It pulses through the water. Elegant, efficient. Its tentacles trail behind. Its eyes, enormous eyes, watch you with intelligence. And then, it changes color. From red to white to transparent. Patterns rippling across its skin. It is communicating. Or camouflaging. Or both. Down here, visibility is limited. So creatures have learned other ways to express themselves. Through light, through color, through chemicals released into the water. The squid pulses away, and you are alone again. Alone, but not lonely. The ocean is full of presence, full of life. You are surrounded by it. Even when you cannot see it, you close your eyes for a moment, just to feel, to sense the water around you, the current, the cold, the gentle downward drift. And when you open your eyes again, the darkness is deeper. You have crossed another threshold. The twilight zone is ending, fading. And below you, the midnight zone is beginning. The place where sunlight never reaches. Number the twilight zone, a world of shadows. You have been drifting now for what feels like hours. Or perhaps it has been minutes. Time is different here. Stretched. Elongated. Like the creatures themselves. You are deep in the twilight zone now. The mesopelagic. Between 200 and 1,000 meters below the surface. Here, the sun is a memory. A faint echo. Only 1% of surface light reaches this depth. 1%. And soon, none at all. But there is light. Oh yes. There is light. All around you, creatures glow. Bioluminescence. The production of light by living organisms. It happens through chemical reactions in their bodies. A process as natural to them, as breathing is to you. Some use it to hunt, dangling glowing lures to attract prey. Others use it to hide. Lights on their bellies matching the faint glow from above, making them invisible from below. Still others use it to communicate. Flashing patterns that mean something. We do not know what. A small fish passes by, its entire body lined with glowing dots. Like a string of lights. Like a constellation. It blinks on and off. On and off. A Morse code we cannot read. A language we have yet to learn. You watch it swim away, its lights fading into the darkness. And you feel something. A sense of humility. Down here, we are the aliens. We are the strangers. This world was not made for us. We can only visit, only observe. The creatures here are built for darkness, for pressure, for cold. Their bodies are often soft, gelatinous, transparent. There is no need for armor when there is nowhere to hide. No need for color when there is no light to see it by. Everything has been stripped down, simplified. Only what is necessary remains. And yet, they thrive. A siphonophore drifts by. Impossibly long. It looks like a single creature. But it is not. It is a colony. Hundreds of individuals working as one. Each with its own role. Its own purpose. Together, they form something beautiful, something strange. A ribbon of life trailing through the water, glowing faintly. Some siphonophores can reach lengths of 30 meters or more. Longer than a blue whale. The longest organisms on Earth. And yet, most people have never heard of them. They live here. In the twilight. In the deep. Where few eyes ever see them. You watch it pass. Its length seems endless. Like a train moving through the water. Car after car. Delicate. Fragile looking. But perfectly adapted. And then it is gone. Disappeared into the blue-black. And you are alone again with the darkness. The pressure here is immense. Crushing. At 500 meters, the pressure is 50 times what it is at the surface. At 1,000 meters, 100 times. Your lungs would collapse. Your body would crumple. But these creatures, they have no air pockets. No hollow spaces. Their bodies are filled with water. Pressurized equally inside and out. So they feel nothing. No discomfort. No pain. This is their home. This is their normal. You continue to descend. Slowly. Gently. The twilight zone is vast. 800 meters of depth. You are only halfway through it. There is still so much to see. So much to wonder at. A fish appears below you. Rising to meet you. Its body is small. Round. Unremarkable. But its face is extraordinary. It has a tube-shaped eye, pointing upward, filled with green light. A barrel-eye fish, one of the strangest creatures in the ocean. Its entire head is transparent. You can see its brain inside. The eye swivels. Looking. Searching. It is watching for prey above. For shadows against the faint light. Evolution has crafted it into a living telescope. Perfect for its environment. Beautifully bizarre. It drifts past you. Eye still pointed up. And you marvel. You wonder. What else is down here? What else remains unseen? The answer is, almost everything. Scientists estimate there are hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions, of species in the deep ocean that we have never discovered, never seen, never named. They live their entire lives in darkness, in pressure, in cold. And we, on the surface, have no idea they exist. It is humbling, awe-inspiring. The ocean holds more mysteries than we can imagine. You are passing through clouds now. Not the clouds of the sky, but marine snow. Tiny particles drifting down from above. Dead plankton. Fecal matter. Bits of larger creatures. It falls slowly. Constantly. Like a gentle snowstorm. And it is life. It is food. Down here, where sunlight does not reach, there is no photosynthesis. So the creatures rely on this. On the debris from above. It sustains the deep. It feeds the midnight zone. A constant rain of nutrition. Falling. Falling. Forever falling. You watch it drift past you. Around you. Some particles are large enough to see. Others invisible. But you can feel them. Sense them. The ocean is full. Even here. Even in the seeming emptiness. A lanternfish swims by. Small. Silvery. Its body covered in photophores. Light-producing organs. They glow blue-green. Creating patterns unique to its species. These fish, tiny and unassuming, are among the most abundant vertebrates on Earth. There are trillions of them, living in the twilight zone. Every night, they migrate upward, to feed in shallower waters. And every morning, they descend again, back into the shadows. The largest migration of animals on the planet. And most of us never know it is happening. The water is colder now. Darker. You are approaching 1,000 meters. The boundary of the twilight zone. Below that, the midnight zone. The bathypelagic. Where no sunlight reaches. Where none has ever reached. You take a breath. Slow. Deep. And you continue your descent. Into the deep. Into the dark. Into the midnight zone. Into the midnight zone. 1,000 meters below the surface. The pressure here is 100 times what it is at sea level. The temperature hovers just above freezing. And the light is gone. Not fading. Not dim. Gone. You have entered the midnight zone. The bathypelagic. And here, true darkness reigns. If not for the bioluminescence, you would see nothing. Nothing at all. The darkness here is absolute. Complete. Deeper than any cave. Darker than any night. It is a darkness that presses in. That surrounds. That fills every space. But you do not fear it. You embrace it. Because in this darkness, there is peace. No distractions. No noise. No demands. Only the quiet. Only the deep. Lights flicker around you. Brief. Startling. A flash here. A glow there. Creatures moving through the dark, making their presence known. Some lights are blue, some green, a few are red. Each color, each pattern, unique. A conversation happening in light. In the absence of sound, you watch, you drift. You are a silent observer in a world that does not know you are here. The midnight zone extends from 1,000 meters to 4,000. 3,000 meters of depth. Of darkness. Of cold. It is the largest habitat on Earth. the largest by volume. And yet, we know almost nothing about it. Fewer people have been here than have walked on the moon. The deep ocean is our planet's final frontier, its greatest mystery. A fish approaches, moving slowly. Its body is black, blending perfectly with the darkness. But its teeth glow faintly. Long, thin, curved like needles. A dragonfish, a predator of the deep. Its jaw can unhinge. Its stomach can expand. It can swallow prey as large as itself. Down here, where food is scarce, nothing is wasted. Every meal might be the last for weeks, for months. So these creatures have adapted. They can eat, and store, and survive. The dragonfish's eyes watch you, unblinking. But it does not attack, does not approach. You are not food, not prey. You are something else, something unknown. And so it watches, for a moment longer. Then it turns, and swims away, its body disappearing into the black, only its glowing teeth visible. Two curved lines of light, fading, fading, gone. The pressure here is crushing, but you do not feel it. In this meditation, in this journey, you are safe. The water holds you, protects you. You are simply experiencing, observing, letting the deep ocean work its magic on your mind, letting the darkness soothe you. There are creatures here that defy understanding. Gulper eels with mouths larger than their bodies. Vampire squid covered in spines. Eyes glowing red. Hatchet fish with bodies shaped like, well, hatchets. Each one perfectly adapted to this extreme environment. Each one stranger than the last. You see a light below you, larger than the others. It pulses, slowly, rhythmically, like a heartbeat. You drift toward it, curious, calm. As you approach, you see it is an anglerfish, a female. The males are tiny, parasitic, attached to her body. She is black, enormous-mouthed, terrifying to look at, but beautiful in her own way, perfectly designed. The light dangles from a modified spine on her head, a lure, glowing with bioluminescent bacteria. She waits, patient, in the darkness, and when prey approaches the light, she strikes, fast, deadly, efficient. But now, she simply floats, waiting. You watch her for a moment, respectful, awed. Then you continue your descent. 2,000 meters. 3,000. The midnight zone stretches endlessly. There are no landmarks here. No reference points. just water, and darkness, and the occasional light. It is peaceful. In the deep, there is no rush, no hurry. Everything moves slowly, deliberately. Energy is precious. Movement is costly. So life here has learned patience. You realize, you have been descending for a long time now. Your breathing has slowed, deepened. Your body is relaxed completely. Your mind is quiet, calm. The ocean has worked its magic. You are experiencing what the deep offers. Not answers, not solutions, but peace, presence, a sense of smallness that is comforting. Below you, far below, you sense something. The ocean floor, still distant, but getting closer. The midnight zone is ending, the abyssal zone beginning. But there is no rush to reach it. You drift. You float. You let the water carry you. Deeper. Always deeper. Into the abyss. The abyssal plains, the ocean floor. 4,000 meters below the surface. You are entering the abyssal zone. The abyss pelagic. Here, the water is near freezing. Just above 0 degrees Celsius. The pressure is 400 times that of sea level. And the floor is finally coming into view. Not that you can see it. Not really. But you can sense it. Feel it approaching. The vast flatness of the abyss. The abyssal plains are some of the flattest places on Earth. Flatter than any desert, any grassland, any plain on land. They stretch for hundreds, thousands of kilometers, covered in a fine sediment, ooze, accumulated over millions of years. It is soft, thick, slow to disturb, and it holds secrets, fossils, bones, the remains of creatures from the surface, whales that died and sank, ships that were lost, all of it, resting on the bottom, preserved in the cold and dark. You reach the floor. Your feet touch down softly. The sediment gives slightly beneath you, like walking on soft snow. You look around, but there is nothing to see. Only darkness. Only the faint glow of distant lights. Bioluminescence from creatures you cannot quite make out. This is the bottom, the floor of the ocean. And it is quiet. So quiet. Life here moves slowly. If it moves at all. Sea cucumbers inch across the sediment, feeding on organic matter. Brittle stars extend their arms, waiting for food to drift by. Tripod fish stand on 3 fins, facing the current, motionless for hours. This is a world of patience, of endurance. Nothing here is in a hurry. Nothing needs to be. The abyssal zone extends from 4,000 to 6,000 meters. 2,000 meters of depth, of flatness, of cold. It covers more than half of the Earth's surface. More than half. And yet, we have explored less than 1% of it. Less than 1%. There are entire mountain ranges down here we have never seen. Valleys, canyons, ecosystems, all unknown, all waiting. You walk along the floor, your steps slow, deliberate. The sediment rises in small clouds with each footfall, then settles again, slowly, drifting down like snow. You see shapes in the distance, mounds, rising from the flat plain. You move toward them, curious. As you approach, you realize what they are. Rocks, boulders, dropped here long ago by icebergs. They are covered in life. Anemones, sponges, tiny creatures clinging to the hard surface. Down here, where everything is mud, rocks are precious. They provide attachment points, shelter, habitat. And life, always resourceful, takes advantage. You kneel down, examining one of the rocks. A sea pen sways nearby, tall, feather-like. It glows faintly, bioluminescence rippling along its length. You reach out, but do not touch. You are an observer here, a visitor. This world is not yours to disturb. A rat-tail fish swims by, moving just above the sediment. Its long tail trails behind, its snout pointed down. It is searching, feeling for food buried in the mud. These fish are common in the abyss, well adapted. They feed on whatever they can find. Worms, crustaceans, bits of organic matter. Life in the deep is opportunistic. Nothing is wasted. You stand again, and continue walking. The floor stretches on, endless, unchanging. It would be easy to get lost here, to wander forever. But you are not worried. You are not afraid. You are simply present, walking across the bottom of the ocean, experiencing something few ever will. The cold is intense now, penetrating. But again, you do not suffer. You only feel. The cold is part of the experience, part of the deep. It reminds you how far you have come, how different this world is from the surface. In the distance, you see a faint glow, different from the others. It is larger, steadier. You move toward it, slowly, patiently. And as you approach, you realize what it is. A hydrothermal vent. A crack in the ocean floor, spewing superheated water, minerals, chemicals, heat. An oasis in the abyss. and you are drawn to it. Hydrothermal vents, islands of life. As you approach the vent, everything changes. The water here is warmer. Not hot, but noticeably warmer. The cold that has surrounded you loosens its grip, and you feel something else. Movement, activity, life. More life than you have seen since the sunlight zone. Hydrothermal vents are cracks in the Earth's crust. They occur along mid-ocean ridges, places where tectonic plates meet. Seawater seeps down through the cracks, gets heated by magma below, then shoots back up. Superheated water, 300 degrees Celsius or more. It should be boiling, but the pressure keeps it liquid, and as it erupts, it carries minerals, sulfur, iron, copper. These minerals precipitate out, building tall chimneys, black smokers, white smokers. Depending on the minerals, they can grow meters tall, dozens of meters, towering over the abyssal plain. But the real wonder is not the vents themselves. It is the life around them. Because here, in the deep, where no sunlight reaches, life has found another way. Not photosynthesis, but chemosynthesis. Bacteria use the chemicals from the vents. Hydrogen sulfide, methane. They convert them into energy. And these bacteria, they become the base of a food web. A food web that does not rely on the sun. An ecosystem, independent of the surface. It was one of the most important discoveries in biology. Proof that life could exist, anywhere. As long as there was energy, and water, and time. You stand before the vent now, watching. The water shimmers with heat, rippling, distorting, and around it, creatures. So many creatures. Giant tube worms, taller than you. Red plumes waving in the current. They have no mouths, no digestive systems. They rely entirely on bacteria living in their bodies. Symbiosis, partnership, survival. Clusters of mussels cover the rocks. White, ghostly. Their shells closed tight, filtering the water. Crabs scuttle among them, pale, eyeless. Down here, where there is no light, eyes are useless. So evolution has removed them, saving energy. The crabs navigate by touch, by smell, by senses we do not understand. A shrimp swims past, its back covered in a strange organ. Not an eye, but something similar. It can sense heat, the faint glow of the vent. It uses this to navigate, to find food, to avoid danger. Life, adapting, always adapting. The vent ecosystem is crowded, busy, so different from the empty plains surrounding it. Here, there is abundance, energy, warmth, and life has responded, gathered, thrived. These vents were only discovered in the 1970s. Before that, we had no idea they existed. No idea life could survive like this. It changed everything we thought we knew. About life. About the ocean. About possibility. You watch a crab approach the vent opening. Too close. The water there is hot enough to boil, to kill instantly. But the crab knows. It stops. Just at the edge, where the water is warm, but not deadly. It feeds, then retreats. This is a careful balance. Life at the edge. One wrong move, and it is over. But the rewards are worth it. You could stay here for hours, days, watching. The vents are fascinating, full of life, full of mystery. But your journey is not over. There are deeper places still, darker, more extreme. The deepest trenches of the ocean, where the floor drops away, plunging down into depths we have barely begun to explore. And you are ready to descend again into the hadal zone, the final frontier, the deepest trenches. You leave the vent behind, the warmth, the light, and you move across the abyssal plain. The darkness returns, the cold. But ahead, you sense something. A change in the floor. A slope. The ocean bottom is dropping steeply. You have reached a trench. There are several trenches scattered across the ocean floor. Places where tectonic plates collide. One plate slides beneath another. Subduction. And the ocean floor buckles, cracks, falls, creating valleys, canyons, trenches. The deepest places on Earth. The most famous is the Mariana Trench, in the western Pacific. Its deepest point, the Challenger Deep, is nearly 11,000 meters below the surface. 11,000 meters. If you put Mount Everest at the bottom, its peak would still be underwater by more than 2 kilometers. It is incomprehensible. You stand at the edge, looking down. You cannot see the bottom. It is too far, too dark. But you can feel it. The pull. The invitation to go deeper. To see what lies below. And so, you step forward. And you fall. Not quickly. Not violently. But gently. Slowly. Descending into the trench. The walls of the trench rise on either side of you. Rock. Sediment. Steep slopes. Everything here is vertical. Extreme. The pressure is increasing rapidly now. 5,000 meters. 6,000, 7,000. The weight of the ocean above you is staggering. Hundreds of times atmospheric pressure. Enough to crush almost anything. And yet, life exists here. Even here. At 8,000 meters, you are in the Hadal zone. Named after Hades, the Greek underworld, the realm of the dead. But it is not dead. Not at all. It is alive. In ways we are only beginning to discover. Amphipods. Small crustaceans. Swim through the water. Some are tiny. Others, surprisingly large. The size of your hand. Or larger. They feed on whatever falls from above. Dead fish. Dead whales. Marine snow. They are scavengers. The cleanup crew of the deep. And they thrive. In the darkness. In the pressure. You continue to descend. 9,000 meters. 10,000. The water here is thick. Heavy. Or perhaps it just feels that way. The pressure, the cold, the darkness. It is all so extreme. So alien. And yet, there is something peaceful about it. Something final. Ultimate. This is the bottom. The absolute bottom. There is nowhere deeper to go. And in that, there is a strange comfort. A sense of completion. Of arrival. At last, you reach the floor of the trench. Nearly 11,000 meters below the surface. You kneel down. Touch the sediment. It is soft. Fine. Like powder. You are standing, kneeling, at the deepest point on Earth. A place only a handful of people have ever been. The pressure here is over 1,000 times atmospheric. The temperature is just above freezing. There is no light. None at all. Except what you bring. What the creatures make. And yet, you are not alone. A fish swims by. A snailfish. The deepest living fish ever recorded. Its body is soft. Translucent. Gelatinous. No swim bladder. No rigid bones. Just adaptation. Pure and simple. It moves slowly. Feeding on amphipods. Living where almost nothing else can. It is beautiful. In its strangeness. In its resilience. You stand. And look around. There is nothing to see. And yet, everything. This place represents the extremes of our planet. The challenges life can overcome. The mysteries that remain. We have sent probes here. Submersibles. But we have barely scratched the surface. Barely begun to understand what lives here. What adapts. What survives. The deep trenches are windows into possibility. If life can exist here, in these conditions, then perhaps it can exist anywhere. On other worlds. In other oceans, beneath the ice of Europa, in the seas of Enceladus, the deep ocean teaches us, life is resilient, persistent, creative. It finds a way. Always. You take a deep breath and close your eyes. You have reached the bottom. The journey is complete. Or is it? The unexplored mysteries. Even here, at the bottom of the world, there are mysteries. Things we do not understand. Sounds we cannot explain. Creatures we have never seen. In the 1990s, scientists recorded strange sounds in the Pacific. The bloop, the Julia, the upsweep. Sounds unlike anything known. Too loud to be whales. Too complex to be geological. Some have been explained. Others remain mysteries. What made them? We do not know. Something in the deep. Something unknown. And there are creatures, glimpsed only once. On grainy footage. In the lights of submersibles. Things that do not match any known species. Strange shapes. Unexpected movements. Are they new species? Probably. There are likely millions of species in the deep ocean we have never discovered. Living their entire lives unseen. Uncatalogued. Unknown. Giant squid were once thought to be myths. Kraken. Sea monsters. Legends. But they are real. Very real. Up to 13 meters long. Eyes the size of dinner plates. They live in the deep ocean. Hunt in the darkness. And we have seen them. Only a handful of times. Living specimens. In their natural habitat. They remain mysterious. And colossal squid. Even larger. Heavier. More powerful. With rotating hooks on their tentacles. Weapons designed for the deep. We have only a few specimens. Dead ones. Washed ashore. We have never seen one alive. Never watched it hunt. Feed. Move. It is a ghost. A shadow. Something we know exists, but cannot find. There are valleys in the ocean floor we have never explored. Seamounts we have never mapped. Entire ecosystems, unknown. Some scientists estimate that less than 5% of the ocean has been explored. 5%. That means 95% remains unknown. Unseen. Undiscovered. It is humbling. Awe-inspiring. Our own planet, still a mystery. What else is down there? What other creatures? What other adaptations? What other ways of living? We do not know. And that is beautiful. Because it means there is still wonder in the world. Still discovery waiting. Still mysteries to solve. The deep ocean is not empty. It is not dead. It is alive. thriving in ways we are only beginning to understand. And every expedition, every dive, every sample reveals something new, something unexpected, something that changes what we thought we knew. You stand at the bottom of the trench, and you think about this, about the vastness, the mystery, the unknown, and you feel small, but not insignificant. Small, but part of something larger, connected to this planet, this ocean, this life, the ocean's quiet breathing. The ocean is not still. It is never still. Even here, at the bottom, there is movement. Slow, subtle, but constant. The ocean breathes. Currents flow through the deep. Not fast, not turbulent, but steady, persistent. They carry nutrients, oxygen, life, from one part of the ocean to another. These deep currents are part of a global system, the thermohaline circulation, a conveyor belt, driven by temperature and salinity. Cold water sinks at the poles, dense, heavy, oxygen-rich. It flows along the ocean floor, across the abyssal plains, through the trenches, taking hundreds, thousands of years to complete its journey, and eventually, it rises again. In other parts of the world, warmer, lighter, completing the cycle. This circulation is vital. It regulates Earth's climate, distributes heat, stores carbon. Without it, the planet would be very different. Less habitable, more extreme. The ocean, the deep ocean, is the thermostat of the Earth. Quietly, steadily, regulating, balancing. You feel the current now. Gentle. It pushes against you, flows around you. The ocean is moving, always moving, and you move with it. Part of the system, part of the cycle. The ocean also produces much of the oxygen we breathe, not from the deep, but from the surface. Phytoplankton, microscopic plants. They photosynthesize, producing oxygen. More oxygen than all the forests on land combined. Every second breath you take comes from the ocean. And the ocean absorbs carbon dioxide, pulls it from the atmosphere, stores it in the deep, in dissolved form, in sediments, in living creatures. It is a carbon sink, a buffer against climate change. Without it, global warming would be far worse. The ocean protects us, even as we often fail to protect it. You think about this as you stand in the deep, about the connections, the systems, the way everything is linked. Surface to deep, ocean to atmosphere, life to planet. It is all one, all connected. And the ocean is at the center. The deep sea also holds resources, minerals, metals, rare earth elements, concentrated around hydrothermal vents, lying on the abyssal plains. There is talk of mining them, of extracting them for use on land. But the cost, the environmental cost, may be too high. We do not understand these ecosystems well enough. Do not know what we would be destroying. The deep ocean recovers slowly, if at all. Damage done here could last centuries, millennia. It is a balance. Development versus preservation. Use versus protection. And we must choose wisely. You feel the weight of this. The responsibility. The ocean has given us so much. Life. Oxygen. Climate regulation. Food. And we have taken, often without thought, overfished, polluted, warmed. The ocean is resilient, but not infinitely so. It needs our care, our respect, our restraint. But these are heavy thoughts. And this is a place of peace, of rest. So you let them go. You breathe slowly, deeply, and you simply be in the deep, in the quiet, part of the ocean's eternal breath. Strange and wonderful creatures. The creatures of the deep are unlike anything on land. They have evolved in isolation, in darkness, in pressure, and the result is extraordinary. Let your mind wander now through this gallery of wonders. The sea pig, a type of sea cucumber, pink, blob-like, walking on 2 feet. It looks comical, almost cute, but it is perfectly adapted. It feeds on organic matter in the sediment, crawling slowly across the abyssal plain. There are thousands of them, millions perhaps, quietly doing their work, cleaning the ocean floor. The Dumbo octopus, named for its ear-like fins, it flaps them gently, flying through the water. Its body is soft, gelatinous, translucent. It lives in the deep, feeding on worms and crustaceans. There are several species, each one adorable, each one perfectly suited to the hadal zone. The frilled shark, a living fossil. It looks like something from the age of dinosaurs. And in a way, it is. Its lineage stretches back millions of years, unchanged, unevolved. Because down here, there is no pressure to change. The deep ocean is stable, unchanging. So the creatures that work, continue to work. The vampire squid, misnamed. Not really a squid. Not a vampire either. It does not drink blood. It feeds on marine snow. But it looks terrifying. red eyes, dark body, webbed arms. When threatened, it turns inside out, exposing spines, looking even more frightening. But it is harmless, gentle, just another creature, making its way in the dark. The glass squid, transparent, almost invisible. You can see its organs, its digestive system. Evolution has made it see-through, to avoid predators, to hide in plain sight. Down here, where visibility is low, transparency is camouflage. Brittle stars, delicate, many-armed. They cover parts of the ocean floor, thousands of them, carpeting the sediment, their arms waving, filtering the water. They look fragile, but they are tough, regenerating lost arms, surviving in extremes. The Yeti crab, covered in hair like Ceti. It lives near hydrothermal vents. The hair is actually bacteria. The crab farms them, feeds on them. It waves its claws through the vent water, cultivating its garden, its food source. Symbiosis, adaptation, survival. Each of these creatures, strange as they seem, is a solution, an answer to a problem. How to live in the deep, how to find food, how to survive. And evolution, patient and persistent, has provided answers. Beautiful, bizarre, perfect. You think about the diversity of life, how it fills every niche, every space, from the shallowest puddle to the deepest trench. Life is everywhere, and it never ceases to amaze. Return to peace. Closing. You have journeyed far, deeper than most will ever go. You have seen wonders, mysteries, extremes. You have touched the bottom of the world. And now, it is time to return. Not to the surface. Not yet. But to peace. To rest. To sleep. You lie down on the soft sediment of the abyss. The ocean floor cradles you gently. The water surrounds you, holds you. The pressure, no longer crushing, is comforting. A deep embrace, a weighted blanket. Above you, far above, is the surface, the sun, the world of light. But you do not need it. Not now. Here, in the deep, in the dark, you have found something else. Quiet, stillness, peace. The ocean hums around you. A low, constant sound. Not silence, but something deeper. The voice of the planet. The heartbeat of the sea. It fills your ears, your mind, your body, and you relax into it completely. There is nothing to fear here, nothing to worry about. The creatures of the deep are going about their lives. Hunting, feeding, surviving. They do not notice you, do not care about you. You are just another part of the ocean now, another presence in the dark. Your breathing has slowed, deepened. Each breath, long and easy. In and out. In and out. The rhythm of the ocean, the rhythm of life. You feel your body relaxing, sinking deeper into the sediment. Your muscles, loose, heavy, at ease. Your mind, quiet, calm, still. Thoughts drift by like marine snow. You notice them, but do not hold them. You let them fall, gently, into the dark. The cold of the water no longer bothers you. It is simply part of where you are, part of the experience, part of the deep, and you accept it, embrace it. You close your eyes, and you see darkness, but it is not empty darkness, not lonely. It is full, rich, alive. The darkness of the deep ocean, where life has learned to make its own light, where creatures have adapted to impossible conditions, where mysteries still wait to be discovered. And you are part of it, part of this vast, ancient, unknown world, connected to it, held by it, safe in its depths. The ocean has cradled life for billions of years. It is the origin, the source. We came from here, from the sea, and in a way, we return here. In dreams, in meditation, in moments of peace. The ocean calls to something deep within us, something primal, something true. And tonight, you have answered that call. You have descended into the deep, explored its layers, met its creatures, touched its mysteries, and in doing so, you have found peace. The ocean will remain, long after you rise, long after you wake. It will continue its slow breathing, its ancient cycles, its endless movement. The deep will stay deep, the dark will stay dark, and the mysteries will remain mysteries. Waiting, patient, timeless. But you will carry something with you, a sense of wonder, of smallness, of connection, a memory of the deep, of the place where light does not reach, where life persists against all odds, where the planet shows its truest nature. And whenever you need peace, you can return here. In your mind, in your dreams, you can descend again into the deep. Feel the cold water, see the bioluminescence, touch the ocean floor, and find the quiet that lives in the abyss. For now, rest. Let the ocean hold you. Let the darkness embrace you. Let the pressure of the deep become the weight of sleep. Heavy, comforting, irresistible. Your breathing is so slow now, so steady. Each breath, a wave, rolling in, rolling out. Each exhale, releasing, letting go of tension, of thought, of everything unnecessary. The bioluminescent creatures drift around you. Their lights, soft, fading, like stars going out. One by one, the darkness deepens, softens, becomes complete. And you are sinking, not into the ocean anymore, but into sleep. Deep sleep. The kind of sleep that comes from the bottom of the world. Heavy, peaceful, absolute. The ocean sings you a lullaby. A song older than mountains, older than continents. A song of tides and currents, of pressure and cold, of life and time. It fills your ears, your mind, and you drift on its rhythm. There is nothing left to do, nowhere left to go. You have reached the bottom, the deepest point, and here, you can finally rest. Completely, totally, absolutely. The creatures of the deep continue their slow dance. The vents continue to breathe. The currents continue to flow. And you sleep. Cradled by the ocean. Protected by the dark. At peace in the deep. Let the ocean take you now. Let it carry you into dreams. Into the soft darkness of sleep. Where there is no pressure. No cold. No fear. Only rest. Only peace. Only the gentle rocking of the sea. Sleep now. Deep and still. Like the ocean floor. Like the midnight zone. Like the abyss itself. Sleep. And know that you are safe. Held by water that has cradled life for billions of years. Surrounded by darkness that is not empty, but full. Full of mystery. Full of wonder. Full of life. The deep ocean welcomes you. And will hold you, until morning. Rest now. Sleep. In the quiet depths. In the peaceful dark. In the deep ocean, that we've barely explored.